Welcome back, guys. So it's Wednesday, April 22nd, and next week is our last class together for the summer, or for the spring. And we want you guys to go out and harvest this spring and summer. So we're going to take a break for class. But when we come back next week on April 29th, that'll be our last class. But today, we're gonna have a discussion, and Shirley and I would like to um, teach you about some of the plants and berries that you can harvest in the springtime in Southeast Alaska. We'll show you the resource that we use for our pictures and information. And we might, if we have time after that, to talk about herring eggs and hooligan. But a couple one question we had when I asked you guys, how are you? We had a question about how to respond. So let's practice this phrase, how are you? And you can repeat after me. If you're talking to one person, you would say, wa sa iati.
Wasa iati.
Masa Yeti.
Good job. And a more common response would be this top one, I'm okay. Heshwasa.
Hetlwasa.
Heshwasa.
Good. And then a less common one that's more like you hear it between children and friends. I'm good. Khatiake.
Tieke.
At Yake.
Um.
I like that one because it sounds like I'm okay.
Oh, in English.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm okay. Khatiake. Yeah. So last week we practiced some seaweed names, and just to quick review of just these two words. Ribbon seaweed. You guys can unmute and repeat after me. Kach.
Ach.
At
And then black seaweed. Sakask.
Then
Ak.
Osk.
Ask.
Ah. But yeah, talking about spring harvest plants and berries. We want to show you the Southeast Alaska Traditional Foods Guide. This is our um, book that we use. It's categorized by season, and I really like the pictures and descriptions. So the pictures we're using today are from this book. I'll show you what the book says about our plants. I picked 4 plants for us to talk about. And then I also want to hear from you guys. If you have experience about these, what is it? Or if you have questions or other ones you want to explore, we can dive into that book as well. But this is what the table of contents looks like for spring harvest. And spring in Lingit is this word, takuite. So go ahead and unmute and repeat that after me. Takuite.
Oh, wait. Eh.
Ak. Iti.
Yeah. So yeah, these are the different plants that you can harvest in the spring. Beach greens, seaweed, popweed, bull kelp. And I picked out 4 for us, but if you have questions about other ones afterwards, we can definitely take a look. But the first one is Devil's Club. So let's practice this one. Acht.
Ak.
Good. Yeah, it's a pinched S, so that will sound really sharp, almost like a Z, and then a pinched T at the end, so that one will also kind of pop. And let's try again. Acht.
Ak.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded good.
Good. Awesome. And the picture I have on the screen for this one is when the leaves are just starting to bud, and they're about, I don't know, the size of your thumb. And this is the phase when I like to pick them and just eat them right off the stalk, and they're um, super tasty and healthy. But let's look at what the book says about it. Um, the book has a little spelling error. This T should be pinched. But it says for harvesting, Devil's Club is the most important plant to the Tlingit people because of its strong medicinal qualities. For this same reason, caution should be taken when using the plant. Devil's Club is found close to the beach in wooded areas. Look for tall shrubs with large leaves and bright red berries. Leaf shoots can be harvested in spring while the thorns are soft. And then for preparing, Devil's Club is used for tea and tonic as a preventative medicine for numerous ailments. Use gloves and a knife or brush cutter to gather a few stalks, then scrape off the thorns and outer bark with the back side of the knife. Use a sharp knife to cut the inner bark into peels, then boil the bark. Tender shoots can be eaten raw or added to soups. For preserving, it says Devil's Club can be dried, boiled, or baked to preserve. Stems can be used to make drumsticks. And then its medicinal qualities. Be careful when using Devil's Club to prepare medicines. The plant has different properties depending on where it grows. Devil's Club bark has been used on top of hot rocks and sweat lodges. Devil's Club berries are poisonous, but can be ground up and used on the scalp for severe dandruff. Devil's Club branches are traditionally hung above doorways to keep away bad spirits. Um,
They were
and there's,
used a lot on the boats by the seine captains. They always pick it fresh and put it in to have good spirits while they get their fish.
oh
You always see it on the decks when you get there.
wow, oh cool. Would they hang up like a fresh stalk?
Oh no, just lay it on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That's a new one to me. I like that. Does anyone else have experience with Devil's Club or questions, comments? My dad and I just like to pick them and eat them when we're hiking in the spring. And I didn't find pictures of harvesting them, but I did put these couple pictures I found from when I made salve. And this is just the inner bark that I cut up and dried and then put into oil and let it soak for, I think, a month. And then after it had been soaking for a month, I squeezed it out in cheesecloth and then added the oil to a bowl and made this salve. And my dad said it helped him with his plantar fasciitis on his foot, so that was kind of fun.
There's something funny I need to tell you. I just looked up what it means in German because I had no idea what it is.
Uh-huh.
And if I translate the name back to English, it means root with the power of the hedgehog,
Oh.
whatever that is. But that's the way we would say it here.
Do you have any guesses on why it would be called that?
No idea, no idea whatsoever. It's the first time I hear it, even in German.
Mm.
But I'll find out maybe by next week.
Yeah. Well, don't find out the hard way.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
This picture kind of shows, you can see if you look below this leaf how there's little thorns sticking out, and they're pretty vicious. I've grabbed it on by accident before when I was slipping on a hike. And they're pretty big thorns, and even the bottoms of the leaves have just like lines and lines of thorns on them. So yeah, when you harvest it, you gotta wear thick leather gloves and be careful of the thorns. But yeah, so
That's
that,
pretty sharp,
what's that, Shirley?
pretty sharp,
Yeah,
and they break off in your skin.
yeah, that's right. And it hurts to get them out because they're also
Yeah,
pretty thick.
yeah.
So our next one is Yana 8, and this is wild celery. And there's a period in the middle of it that just tells you it's a glottal stop. So you just stop the air in your throat, just like when you say uh-oh. And go ahead and unmute and practice this word. Repeat after me. Yana 8.
Yana it.
And 8.
This is wild celery. Kind of looks a little similar to Devil's Club in the shapes of the leaves. But instead of having thorns, it's got some juice that will sting you a little bit. But let's talk about what the book says about it. So for harvesting, wild celery starts to show in April. The young stalks and stems are collected before the flowers mature. There's about a 2-week window to harvest the young growth. Look along beaches for a tall plant with small white flowers. Wild celery has a strong smell. Use gloves while harvesting, as the juice of the plant may irritate and can sometimes blister the skin. For preparing it, peel and wash the stems. The young stalks can be used in place of celery for recipes. Immature flowers can be peeled and roasted or boiled. They are mild and sweet despite the strong odor of the leaves and outer skin. Try eating with seal oil while the leaves are tender. And for preserving, young leaves can be preserved in seal oil. And there's a little warning at the bottom of this one in red that says water hemlock is a similar looking plant that is deadly poisonous. See the poisonous plant section for more information. But yeah, how many of you guys eat Yana 8 or have stories about it?
Can't say I do much with that one.
Uh-huh. Shirley was mentioning about the skin. If when it starts to get too dry, you don't want to eat it anymore. Shirley, did you want to share that?
Yeah, there's only a very small space, like a week or 10 days, when it's good enough to eat and handle. So you have to be really careful with this plant, and also teach the children not to just grab onto it, because they can burn their skin around their mouths and their uh, which is actually, they call it a burn, and it's actually like a burn. It gets blisters, and it grows best. Um, and I'm speaking because I'm living in Anchorage. It grows best in a rainy area. That's where they are the sweetest. Um, so there's some that grow in my yard here. But if I want any, I have to get somebody to water it constantly so I can harvest some around Memorial Day. And it's up here, it's not as sweet, but I get kind of desperate to have some.
Hmm. Does this one have vitamin C or anything? Do you know about that part, Shirley?
Vitamin A.
Oh,
It's got a lot of vitamin A.
okay.
That's good for your hair, your eyes. your nostrils, your tongue, your skin, especially.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a try next time I go down to the southeast if I'm there in the spring. Memorial Day is usually in May, is that right?
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, our next plant is bull kelp, and you guys can unmute and repeat after me. Geesh.
Yeesh.
Yeesh.
These ones are fun to look at when people post pictures of a kelp forest from under the water because they catch the light and they look really magical. Um, and the book says for harvesting, bull kelp is prime from April to June. To harvest in the ocean, use a boat. Kelp is attached to the ocean floor and can grow up to 200 feet long in 1 year. Using a sharp knife, cut down as far as you can reach. You can also look for freshly uprooted kelp on shore after a storm during a low tide. Be careful not to overharvest, as kelp is home to many species in the ocean. For preparing, peel the hollow stems immediately after harvesting. Cut the stems into rings and pickle or marinate for a delicious snack. You can also stuff the kelp with meat or vegetables and bake. Try wrapping fresh kelp blades around fish, cover with foil, and bake. Serve kelp blades as a hot vegetable. And for preserving, bull kelp is often pickled or jarred for preservation. I have a few pictures of this. This is my dad reaching over the side of his boat with a boat hook, and we're pulling up some kelp. And this is in the Prince William Sound out of Seward, where my family lives. But you can see he pulled it up into the boat, and it's long, beautiful ribbons. And then we hung up the leaves to dry. But I thought it was neat that they said in the book you could also wrap salmon in it and bake it, almost like skunk cabbage maybe. But here's some pictures of us cutting up the stems. So you can see it goes into these like little ring shapes. We washed it and cut them up. And we did put them in jars with pickling spices and onions and garlic to pickle them, and they're delicious. Yeah, have you guys had bull kelp or have questions about that?
It is good.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks delicious.
Yeah. When you've had it, do you usually pickle it or bake it up or how?
I've had some of it like baked up before, which I think
Mm.
is good, just wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't recall if I've ever really had it pickled, but it looks good
It is, yeah.
that way. Yeah. And it might just be that I could eat fish well, I will eat fish all day, every day. So
Yeah.
put some kelp around it, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, now I want to try it wrapping fish up in it.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And then the last one I picked out for us to read about, but we can explore some more if you guys like, is popweed. And this one in Lingit is Tayedi. So go ahead and give that a try. Tayedi.
Hey, D.
Yay, D.
Yeah. Okay. Um, this one in English is called bladderwrack or popweed. And for harvesting, it says bladderwrack is a seaweed best harvested in spring or early summer. It can be found attached to rocks along beaches. To harvest, cut with scissors above holdfasts to get the inflated tips. For preparing, bladderwrack can be eaten fresh or added to stir fry, soups, sauces, quiches, or omelets. It can be baked until crisp for a snack or steamed with other seafood to add flavor. To use as a tea or soup starter, Pour boiling water over dried seaweed. And then preserving. Dry and grind to use as a seasoning. Bladderwrack is a great source of iodine that is essential for our health. Without iodine, the thyroid cannot produce enough hormones. And these are just a couple pictures I found from harvesting popweed or tayete with my cousin in Cordova. And we snipped some off, put them in a bag, brought them home, and then blanched them. And these pictures don't show it that well, but they turned bright, beautiful green when she blanched them, which I really liked. And then she made up a dressing of sesame oil, vinegar, maybe a little bit of spice and some garlic and sesame seeds. And we served it at a potluck as a salad, and it was delicious. So let's practice these 4 plant names together. Repeat after me. Sacht.
The
And then wild celery, Yana 8.
Iana it.
Jana 8.
Oh,
And then bull kelp, Gish.
Geesh.
And then popweed, Tayede.
Yedi.
Ayede.
Good. So let's do them one after the other just for repetition, looking at the pictures. First one, Tsacht.
Sakt.
Yana 8.
Iana
Jana 8.
it.
Gish.
Ish.
I.
Tayede.
Tayedi.
Ayede.
Good. And now this time just looking at the pictures without the word. Repeat after me. Tsacht.
Sak.
Ach.
Yana 8.
Iana it.
Jana 8.
Gish.
Ish.
Tayede.
Ayedi.
Ayede.
Good. So did you guys have any questions or comments about any of those? Or anything on your mind?
They're just all delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the spring harvest.
I do like some dried kelp.
Yeah. I do too. Did you guys have any, looking back at this list of all the spring harvest plants, did you have any that you wanted to look up together?
How about some yellow cedar? Nice classic one right there.
Yeah.
Such an important one.
Yeah. Okay, let's look it up. This one's on page 26. And I'm also gonna spell check yellow cedar. Oh yeah, so it should be an underline X chai. Okay, so let's look at the book, page 26. So there should be an underline X, but let's practice pronunciation. Repeat after me. Chai.
Hi.
Hi.
Yellow cedar, and the book says about it. Yellow cedar trees have inner bark that is yellow and has a potato-like odor. Potato? I don't know if I would call it potato. The trees grow to about 100 feet tall and have branches that droop and spread. Alaska natives use yellow cedar for canoe paddles, masks, boxes, bowls, dishes, spoons, and other household utensils. Fine roots are split and used for the framework of baskets and hats. Yellow cedar is used in sweat lodges to treat rheumatism and arthritis. The bark can be chewed to help soothe a sore throat. An infusion made from the tips of branches can be used to wash sores and swellings. A warning about it: oil in leaves may cause severe allergic reactions in some people. Are any of you allergic to yellow cedar?
I'm not, but actually, we were discussing something of that nature in a Haida group, and someone was lamenting that they have started to develop an allergy to yellow cedar
Huh.
as an adult now, as an older adult.
Huh.
Yeah. But not like a really serious one. They just said it's just starting to bother them, I guess, a little bit. Like, I don't know, just starting to have some allergic reactions to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't know. Hmm.
Yeah.
I was allergic to strawberries when I was young.
Oh.
I
Oh,
start eating strawberries, I get a big bump right here,
Uh-huh.
stick straight out. And I keep eating
wow.
and also get a bump on my nose.
Huh.
And then if I eat too much, then when my eye goes, uh, my mom used to say, eating strawberries again? I never quit.
That's right.
I never quit.
No, you can't, right?
And now I'm not allergic to it.
You just push through the pain, huh?
Yeah, finally just gave up being reacting to it.
You just made your body get used to it.
Yeah, I guess I guess that could happen. I don't know.
Well, that's technically how allergy shots work. They just introduce your allergen little by little until your body generally creates more and more antihistamines, I guess. I don't know. I'm not biology. I'm not a biology person. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's antihistamines. But yeah, they just increase the dosage of your allergens until your body produces enough antihistamines. So it's entirely possible that you did that by eating strawberries and it was like, okay, I guess I better do something.
Hmm.
Give up.
Yep, exactly. Your body's like, I guess I better start making something here. She's gonna keep eating strawberries.
As an adult, I became allergic to cherries. And I'd go to the store, take one and eat it. And of course, I'd have a reaction. I was get a lip. So every year I went, had my cherry better. So I started having two. Now I can eat cherries again.
Huh.
There you go. You figured out the hack to beating allergies.
It took like 4 years, though.
Wow.
That takes quite a while
Huh.
for your body to make the adjustment.
Hmm.
It does. But you literally, your body did adjust.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cute to think about little baby Shirley eating too many strawberries and getting little bumps. And your mom could tell.
Yeah. My mom didn't stop me either. She didn't
Uh-huh.
say, better not eat that or anything like that.
Yeah.
If you want to put up with it, yeah, just keep eating it,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Learn the hard way.
Yeah, I liked it well enough to.
That's funny. Did you guys want to look at any other of these harvest plants?
Actually, why don't we look at hemlock? See what that one is.
Okay. Hemlock is on page 13. Yun.
Yeah.
Let's find it.
Hemlock the tree.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where, that's where we got, no, that's where we got cambium.
Oh.
Delicious.
Yeah. I forgot the Tlingit name for cambium. I'm gonna look really quick.
I want to say Zach, but I think it's
Oh.
Zach.
Ah. Yeah. What?
That's similar.
Yeah.
Zach. Yeah.
Seth. Super similar. Let's try this one, you guys. Go ahead and repeat after me. Seth.
Suck.
Ugh,
And the dictionary says cambium, sap, or bark. Sap scraped from the inner bark, especially of hemlock on the coast, of spruce or balsam pine in the interior. Nice. So, hemlock in Tlingit is yun.
Yun.
yum.
Okay. Hemlock is one of the most common trees of southeast Alaska. Branches are harvested in the spring. Hemlock branches, how, are cut and put in the ocean during herring season. The herring then lay their eggs on the branches. The branches can be quickly dipped in simmering water with seal oil to blanch the eggs. Hemlock does not transfer flavor to the eggs. Traditional use includes carefully removing bark from young trees in the spring. The small strips are heated by covering them in skunk cabbage leaves and burying under a fire. When the bark is thoroughly cooked, it is pressed into cakes and eaten. Inner hemlock bark can be boiled until soft and eaten fresh or jarred. Hmm, I've never eaten hemlock bark though.
I never did either.
Oh, interesting. I like the way these ones smell, and I like that their needles are kind of soft, so when you're hiking through them, they don't scratch you.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, been there, done that myself. Rather
Uh,
better than nettles for sure.
yeah. What about herring eggs? Have you guys had herring eggs on hemlock boughs?
Well, more like on kelp, I think, but I've heard of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's way. Let's see in hide. Actually, I think our word in hide it isn't for hemlock. I'm pretty sure it's. No, we have kelp. Yeah, our word for it is well, it includes kelp for us,
Uh-huh.
just because we're cedar branches.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Any other questions or comments about those? I did a little fill in the blank, but um I want to ask Shirley if this makes sense. Shirley, I found this sentence, what is growing? And it's dasake kanain. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah,
Okay. So if we wanted to say wild celery is growing, could we say yana 8k kanain?
yeah.
Okay. So let's try these. Um, y'all go ahead and unmute your mics and repeat after me. Da sake kanain.
Dasake kanain.
Rasa ke kanain.
And how would I say Devil's Club is growing?
Sak
Sa ke
ke
kanain.
kanain.
Good memory. One more time, repeat after me. Sacht ke kanain.
Sak ke
Sa
kanain.
ke kanain.
Okay. And the question again, repeat after me. Da sake kanain.
Rasa
Dasake
ke
kanain.
kanain.
And how would I say bull kelp is growing?
Kish ke kanain.
Okay. Repeat after me. Gish ke kanain.
Ish
Kish
ke kanain.
Okay. And last one, repeat the question after me. What is growing? Da sake kanain.
dasake
Rasa ke
kanain.
kanain.
And how would I say popweed is growing?
Yan. Oh. AD ke kanain.
Good memory. I mean, I showed you the word for popweed, but you remembered the rest. That was good.
Oh, I teach.
Ah. Okay, do this one. Popweed is growing. Tayedi ke kanain.
AD
Ayidi
ke
ke
kanain.
kanain.
Nah, yeah, okay. Um, and I didn't put pictures together, but Shirley and I wanted to talk about herring eggs and hooligan, but I just wanted to open up to you guys. Did anyone have questions or comments or experience about herring eggs or hooligan?
Well, I can tell you that they had a potlatch on Okage on Haida Gwaii where they gave out hooligan.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of Haidas that are fighting over a jar of hooligan now, so
Oh,
it's cool.
nice. The hooligan grease, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think Iskwaljat's trying to keep it hidden somewhere so their family doesn't know she's has it. I'm just playing. She's trying to find someone with some dried fish.
Yeah. Does anybody know the Tlingit words for herring eggs or hooligan? Let's look them up together. So, herring eggs, I'm going to take you to the dictionary and we want to look up herring eggs. So, I opened up my search bar and I'm just going to type in herring eggs. And there's a word for cook the herring eggs. It looks pretty specific to cooking herring eggs specifically. And there's an example sentence that says, I'm going to cook herring eggs. And in Tlingit, that's fun.
Hmm.
Um, Here we have just the word herring eggs. And it starts with an underlined G and then high tone double A and then a pinched rounded X. So practice this one after me.
Uh,
Ah,
Good job. That underlined G is in the back of your throat. And then the pinched rounded X, you just round your lips and breathe out that pinched X sound. And it makes a unique sound. So let me do. Let's do it again. Repeat after me.
Ah,
Good job. And then let's look up hooligan. And I'm going to guess this one from memory is Yao. No, sock.
I
Those,
thought that's what it was.
yeah.
Maybe. I couldn't remember if it was a fish though.
uh, oh, yeah. So we have, when we look it up in the dictionary, it's going to take us to all these different examples where it shows up. But hooligan oil or grease is these two words. Repeat after me. Sock e.
Sake.
okay, okay.
Good. And if we were to guess that sock is hooligan, then what would this other word be? Echi.
The grease.
Mm-hmm. Yep, oil or grease. Um, so let's keep exploring the dictionary. And here we have the entry for hooligan. And yep, it's sock. So repeat after me. Sock.
Sock.
Ah. Shirley, did you want to share your story about hooligan grease?
Yeah, uh, the grease it's made very special, uh, mostly done in Haines. And it used to be they would put all the hooligans in a canoe at that time. Those were the containers for uh, put the hooligans in the bottom of the canoe, and then uh, I guess you pour. I don't really know for sure, but I think you uh, pour a little water over it, and you scoop up this. It's a real short version of how to do it is to scoop up the grease that comes up at that time. So it's that's the part you call the hooligan grease, and that's the part you want. I guess you can do it more than once. I'm not an expert on it,
Mm-hmm.
but um,
Sometimes the first layer is, in at least in the Haida for the Haida people, the first layer is often called like that golden grease.
oh yeah,
So, but you can get it. But yeah, but you can get it again. You can keep going for it. It's just, time consuming. So,
yeah,
but that's why it's so good.
that's why it's so delicious.
Hmm.
That was a big preference for our family.
Yeah.
We used seal oil, but we had a preference to just straight grease. We had a barrel, a small barrel that we buy from Haines. Keep it outside all winter. So it's like shortening. Yeah,
Exactly.
The consistency of it.
yeah. Like in my mouth water.
Mm-hmm. I'm hungry for it too.
Yeah.
Um, aren't there ways? Can't you have like a fermented kind and an unfermented kind, or do you know about that?
I thought they fermented before they put
Mm.
oil in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That a certain number of days to age. They call it aging. The same thing that white people do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. to get a certain flavor.
Mm-hmm.
They were the experts. I don't know uh, if we can get the same information today.
Mm.
If anybody does it. I know the family that were kind of well known for making it are now gone.
It seems like my friend Dath Ginny makes it the traditional way, or at least she makes a point to go to Haynes and work on it every spring. I'll have to ask her about it. What kind of nutrients are in hooligan grease?
Well, it would have to be uh, uh, vitamin A
Mm.
and probably vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be really important to your body. So if you take a scoopful of it every day, you
Mm-hmm.
got your vitamins for the day.
Wow. Is that how you grew up eating it? Just taking a scoopful, or did you guys also use it for other things?
Oh yeah, we used it during meals. I
Yeah.
know when we were little, the nurse used to make us take cod liver oil. Talk about the worst tasting thing in the world. And then she found out that fish oil has the same or better. I was so happy.
Mm.
So my mom used to have a cup full of it, and we throughout the day we had to sip and drink it. And then when it's time to eat, you bring what's left to the table and add it to your food.
Oh,
Yeah. So we had a certain amount a day.
okay. I remember reading that in Iceland, people drink cod liver oil to stave off like depression in the wintertime, in the dark winter months, because it gives people a sense of well being. But did you ever hear anything like that about hooligan grease or feel that?
No,
Hmm.
no, I guess as a kid, I was just so happy for the change because cod liver oil tastes so bad.
Yeah.
That was real medicine.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't grow up drinking cod liver oil. I mean, cod liver oil or eating herring grease or hooligan grease, but I always really liked seal oil. How about
We
you?
use seal oil a lot to preserve food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Oh,
a lot of containers to hold certain things, even berries.
okay. So did you still have to freeze it if you put berries in seal
Oh,
oil?
just keep in a cool place.
Uh-huh. Nice.
We had a special scoop uh, for the berries. It was a big ladle, and it had holes in the bottom. Indian made sieve.
Oh.
Uh, you scoop it up, and all the grease drains out. You give it time to drain before you put it in a bowl,
Hmm.
and you serve it that way anyway, but not too much grease.
Mm. Yeah, berries and oil make a nice mix. I usually have it in fish ice cream, which we make back home. It's kind of like a guduk that you see on the northern and western coast, but that's cool. You could store your berries like that all winter. That's fun. Um, so you guys, next week when we get together, we're gonna talk about we might talk about canning and smoking and drying fish, and food.
Changes that are made.
Yeah, changes that are made. And so that'll be fun. That'll be our last class together. But are there any more questions or comments before we go?
No, sounds great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming to class. It's always a joy to see you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. So, yay, class team.
Sige, Kwasatin, thanks for coming.
Ay,
Sa
jeez.
teaching. Gracias.